Okay, in the final section of 9.7, we're going to be looking at the law of cosines, which to me is a little bit of a take on the Pythagorean theorem, except without the right angle. So what we can say is that we can find the length of a side, or the square of a side length, is going to be equal to the sum of the other two side lengths minus 2 times, or sum of the other two side lengths squared minus 2 times each side length times the cosine of the angle opposite the side we're looking for. So let's take a look at this as we put it in practice. So in this case, we have side um, A is 11, side C is 14. We're looking for side B, and then we're going to find the other two angles to solve the triangle. So we're going to use this formula: B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2 times A times C minus the cosine of the angle B. And putting that through and finding the square root, we get that that is equal to about 7.9. Then we'll use that to find the other two angles. And you only have to find one angle and then use the triangle sum theorem to find the third angle. So let's practice. First off, we have a triangle 11, and we're going to be looking for B squared. So on 11, we're going to go B squared is equal to A squared, which is 45 squared, plus C squared, which is 43 squared, minus 2 times 45 times 43 times cosine of 88 degrees. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and find the square root, and I'm going to go ahead and sum up these two parts, which is 3,874, and we're going to be minus 3,870 times cosine 88 degrees. When we put this in, we're going to get a length of B is going to be equal to about 61.15, and I could have rounded that to 2 or 1, so I'm going to leave it at 1.5. Now we need to find the sine of A or C. I'm going to use the sine of A. So if I'm looking for sine of A, I'm going to use this law of sines. So sine A is going to be equal to sine 45. Sine A over sine 45 is going to be equal to sine 88 over B squared, which is 61.15, or B, I mean. We're going to get that that number is going to be equal to 0.73707. I'm going to find the inverse sine of that, and I'm going to get that A is going to be, measure of angle A is going to be equal to 47.5. Then we can go 180 minus 88 minus 47.5 is going to be equal to 44.5 for angle C. Another example, same thing. We're going to be looking for A squared in this case. So A squared is going to be equal to 23 squared, which is B, plus 26 squared minus 2 times 23 times 26 times cosine 114. Putting that into the calculator and finding A is going to be the square root of 1205 minus 1196 cosine 114, and I'm going to get from that my A is going to be equal to about 41.4. Going back to the law of sines, we're going to have sine 114 is going to be equal to over 41.4 is going to be equal to sine B over 23. We're going to get a decimal at 0.507525. Put that in inverse, and we're going to get the measure of angle B is going to be equal to 30.5 degrees. Go ahead and subtract 180 minus 114 minus 30.5, and we're going to be equal to 35.5 degrees. Okay, so both of those problems we found the missing side. An example where we don't know what the angle is. We have all the sides but the angle. In this case, we're going to use the same formula and then solve for the cosine of the angle. So in the case of the example here, we're going to take the 27, square it, add the sums of the other two sides squared, and then find the cosine of the angle B. And that example will walk you through that. We'll do one on our own here. Alright, so we're solving a real life problem. Again, another example showing the same thing. We'll come back to that in just a moment maybe. We're going to do problem 13 here. Same thing. We have, and we can look for any side we like. It doesn't matter, or any angle. So I'm going to start by finding angle A, or so we're going to take 4 squared, which is A squared, is equal to 6 squared, B squared, plus 5 squared, C squared, and that's minus 2 times 6 times 5 times cosine A. We're going to go ahead and put the numbers in here. We have 16 is equal to 36 plus 25 minus 60 times cosine A. We're going to go ahead and solve that, and what we're going to get is, if I take these two, subtract them from the other side, and then divide by negative 60, I'm going to get that the cosine of A is equal to 0.75. So now I go cosine negative 1, or inverse cosine, and 0.75 is equal to 41.4 degrees. So now I'm going to use the law of sines to find one more angle. So I'm going to go sine 41.4 over 4 is going to be equal to, I'm going to use sine C over 5, multiply by 5, divide by 4, and I'm going to get that Angle C is equal to 51.75. Now I can go 180 minus 41.4 minus 51.75, and I'm going to get my measure of angle B is going to be 86.85 degrees. I'm going to do problem 4 on the next sheet. So again, we're going to be looking at finding measure or cosine A first. So I'm going to use A squared, which is going to be 23 squared, is equal to 16 squared, which is C squared, plus 27 squared, which is B squared, minus 2 times 16 minus or times 27, and cosine A. Putting those numbers in, I'm going to get 529 is equal to 985 minus 864 times cosine A. Subtract the 985 and then divide by negative 864, and I'm going to have cosine A is going to be equal to 0.52777. I'm going to go inverse or cosine negative 1.52777, and I get that is equal to 58.1 degrees. Using the law of sines now, I'm going to go sine 58.1 over 23 is going to be equal to sine C over 16 multiplied by 16, divide by 23, and I'm going to get the measure of angle C is equal to 36.2. Now I can find my final triangle, 180, or final angle of the triangle, 180 minus 58.1 minus 36.2, and I end up with angle B, measure of about 85.7. This is a tool that is very vital in construction, surveying, maps, anything that you can think of where you are looking at working with triangles that are not right triangles.